So good afternoon, everyone. I am Tracy Johnson, VP Customer Experience with Idencia. I'm really glad you guys could join us today. I'm really excited to tell you all about the new Idencia Pro Plus edition. We rolled out a free trial of the Pro Plus version to our VIP customers on June the 15th, and then to our entire customer base on June the 22nd. So you should all be seeing the dashboard. Your free trial will last through July 17th, and we're offering free customizations of your Pro Plus dashboard during that period, so you can get the most out of your trial and be able to make a really good informed decision about whether or not you would like to upgrade. So if you see anything during the demonstration today that you don't have on your dashboard that you would like, feel free to contact us. We'd love to give that to you. Or if there are things that you want to change out, if there are tiles that you see that you don't think would be helpful for you and you would like to see something else or would like to tweak those tiles in any way, add filters, that sort of thing, please reach out and let us know. We want to customize that for you so you can get the most benefit out of it as possible. Also, please note that if you have an NCDOT producer subscription, you will probably see a scaled down version of the dashboard, and the visualizations on your dashboard may look a little different than what I'm going to present today, but we'd happily customize your dashboard for you as well. And all of the fundamental functionality that we're going to demonstrate today will all be the same. So your dashboard filters, they will all work the same way as what I'm going to demonstrate today. The dashboard has the standard dashboard that we're rolling out to all of our customers has 5 tabs across the bottom. You'll have a production dashboard, a map, the raw materials tracking, toolbox talks, and equipment inspections. And we'll get to each one of these as we go through. Before I get into the individual tiles, I also want to mention that in addition to the dashboard, your Pro Plus version, if you were to upgrade, also comes with 2 additional custom reports, standard reports, the normal reports that show up on the reports tab in Idencia. So you'll get 2 additional custom reports, as well as free customization of the dashboard during the trial period. And then you'll also receive any integrations that we're able to roll out here in the near future. We're working on one at the moment, an integration with Forney Vault. So if any of you use Forney equipment, and like to talk to you about potentially beta testing that for us. We have that ready for beta test, so that will be coming shortly. So if you're a Forney user, let us know. We'd love to get you started on a Forney integration if you use Forney Vault. We're also looking at integrating with AutoCAD, so you'll be able to see and annotate drawings and see where items from your Idencia database fit into the 2D plans that you're working with. So we have some of that integration coming, so stay tuned for those things. Those will be coming soon. But if you upgrade to Pro Plus, then those integrations are also included with your Pro Plus subscription. So on the dashboard, the standard dashboard comes with 6 tiles on the production dashboard tab. You've got a production chart, NCR details, job status, shipments, items, and a meter that kind of gives you an idea of how many RFID tags you should have left in inventory if you order tags from us. So not all of these 6 standard tiles are going to apply to everyone. If you don't have an NCR or repair process, then your NCR tile may be blank or have something different showing up there. If you don't use jobs in Idencia, then your jobs tile may be blank and you may have some different information you would like for us to work on displaying for you there, let us know. But these are the standard tiles that will come with a Pro Plus subscription. In addition to these 6 tiles, you've got a mapping tab, which if you use GPS location functionality and capture GPS locations of items in your yard, you'll be able to see a map of your yard. This would be a satellite image of your yard, and you could see all of the images of the pins for all of the items in your yard. And we'll get into this in a little more detail shortly. There's also a raw materials tab. If you do raw materials tracking, If you do raw materials tracking, we can get that information to show up for you here. Let me refresh my page. And if you're interested in doing it, if you don't do raw materials tracking, but you're interested in doing that, let us know. We'd be happy to help you get set up with that and put in the processes in place that need to be put in place in order for this to work for you. Toolbox talks if you capture safety meetings, and if you don't and would like to track that in Idencia, again, let us know. We'd be happy to help you do that. So you can track who attended what meeting, what topics were discussed, and when. And then equipment inspections, if you track those in Idencia as well, we can give you a tab where you can see the history of those. What equipment was inspected and when. On the production dashboard and on any of the tiles, you'll notice if you hover over any of the elements of the tile, you'll see some pop-up information. So in most places, you'll see some additional information if you hover over an element. If I hover here, I can see that this items were created on the 15th, they're bridge panels, and there were 2 of them. You can also see if you hover over a particular visual in the top right-hand corner, you get 3 additional little options that pop up. And if you, this icon is a filter icon. If you hover over the filter icon, it'll tell you if any filters have been applied to that tile. And in this case, this production chart, there are no filters applied. But if I go hover over the items visual and hover over that filter, it's showing me that it's excluding raw material items from this tab. So it's only showing products in this items list. So it's a quick and easy way to tell whether or not there are any filters applied to a tab or to a particular tile. In addition to hovering over the filter, to the right of that, you can hover over the next icon is focused mode. If you click that, then it'll zoom in on just that tile and make that a little larger so it's easier to work with. Sometimes you put a lot of information into a graph, it's nice to be able to pop that out and look at it a little bit larger, so you can drill in a little easier. The next is your 3 little dots, the ellipse, that gives you some more options. You can export data from a tile. You can show the tile as a table if you want to see it in table format. So this will kind of give you an idea of what data is going to look like when you export it, because it's going to export it into this table format, sort of like an Excel spreadsheet. You can also change the sort order. Right now it's sorting descending, and it's sorting by created on date. So these are created on dates descending. I can change that to ascending, and it's going to just switch the order of the dates from the 10th to the 23rd. I can also, in this case, change from sorting by created on to sorting by the count of the items. So now I've got the dates are in order by the count of items that were produced on that day. So you've got a few quick and easy functions that you can perform just by hovering over the icons on a particular tile. And those functions are the same on every tile and on every page. So if we go to the map, those same filters show up on the map tile, same on the raw materials. They show up on all the tiles the same. In addition to hovering and being able to change the basic sort order of each individual tile, we've also implemented something called cross-filtering. So wherever there are logical relationships in the data between, say, an item and what job that item is a part of, or a shipment and what job the shipment goes with, those logical relationships we've built in behind each one of the tiles. So if you click on an item in a tile, it's going to use those logical relationships to filter all of the other tiles on the screen to all match that same relevant information. So if I hover over this element in the production chart, telling me that item was created, those 2 items were created on the 15th in their bridge panels. If I click on that element, then all of the other tiles get filtered and only show the information that is related to those 2 bridge panels. So in this case, none of the NCRs that were reported on this tile are related to those two bridge panels. They're not in any of those shipments, but I can see here they were in the Bowman Highway job. And here are those two items. And I can see the item details link. That little link will always be an item details link. So if I click on that link, that's going to open that item in the item details screen. And you'll see that link in a couple of different places in your dashboard. And then if I just click again anywhere on the page or back into that same cell or that same visual, that will remove the cross filtering that I just did. And then if I go filter on that job, I can click on that job and it's going to do the same thing the opposite way. It found these items were in that job and I can click on it again and remove that filter. So that's cross filtering. There's also the filters pane over on the right-hand side, and I can hide, show or hide the filter pane using the little arrow button. And if you notice, if I have not clicked or if no individual tile on the page is in focus, then I have these filters on this page list. So these filters will apply to the page as a whole. Any filter that I use over here that's under this heading, filters on this page, will apply to every visual on that page. So let's say I want to look at just bridge beams and bridge panels. And I want to see everything that's related to my bridge beams and bridge panels. So I'm going to go to my item type number filter. I'm going to leave the basic filtering, and we'll get into what happens if I change that in just a moment. And I'm going to search for bridge. Oops, sorry. I'm going to use the name instead of the number. Bridge beams and bridge panels. So now that filter has been applied to all of the tiles on my page. And I can see in the last 5 days, we've created 2 beams and 3 panels. They were in these 2 jobs. Here's where they showed up in shipments. I've also got the list of all the bridge beams and bridge panels in my database in the items list. Now you can continue to add additional filters, or you can hit the little eraser icon to the right of that filter, and it will reset everything back to where we started. You'll also notice if I click on an individual tile, say I look at this shipping tile, if I click on the shipping tile, and I can tell if I move my mouse away from a particular tile, you can tell which tile you have in focus based on whether or not these little 3 icons in the top right corner of the tile appear without having to hover over them. I can go hover up here and I can hover up here and see them, but without hovering over the shipments tile, I'm still getting these 3 icons. So that tells me this tile is in focus. And now I have, in addition to the filters that are on this page list, I also have a new list of filters that are specific to the visual that's in focus. So these filters are based on the shipments tile. If I click over on the production chart and make the production chart be the tile that's in focus, then the list of filters I have under the filters on this visual change, because what the filters that are valid for that tile are different from the filters that are valid for the shipments tile. So I can go back and forth from tile to tile and change the filters that are available for that specific tile. So if I set a filter on the shipping visual, and let's say I want to see every shipment we've done in the last 6 months that has had only 1 item in the shipment. So I'm going to look at the shipping date, and I'm going to switch from basic filtering, because this is showing me every single shipping date I have available. Rather than click off all of those, I'm going to change to filtering by a relative date and say my date is in the last 6 months. And I'm going to apply that filter and say the total shipped is less than 2 and apply that filter. So now it's only filtered the shipments tab because these filters are only specific to this visual. and it's shown me just the shipments that have less than 2 items in the shipment and that were shipped in the last 6 months. I could change that to the last 12 months, and now I get all the shipments in the last year that included only 1 item in the shipment. And advanced filtering, you can switch. We switch from relative date. You've also got relative time. Top N is the top number. So I say, show me the top 1,000 items. But I can also switch to advanced filtering and do things like before or after, the date is on or after a particular day, or the date is blank. That's also good for item types. If you're searching for, I've got 14 different types of bridge panels, but they all start with the word bridge. So you can do advanced filtering for starts with bridge, those types of things. So you play around with that advanced filtering. It can be pretty powerful, and you can slice and dice your data in lots of different ways using those advanced filters. And then on the map, you'll notice the map defaults to, this is the full list of all of the items, serial numbers in your database that are in inventory. And in this case, I've got, they're color coded by status. If you would rather have these pins color coded by item type and your legend is by item type, we can certainly do that for you. Let us know. We'd be glad to customize that for you. But let's say in the map, I want to see, if I click on a particular item, a specific serial number, then every pin but that one will disappear. Oops, sorry, that was the one that we created while we were in Texas. So if I zoom way out in my image, I can see items created when we were at the precast show in Texas. There we go. Or I can use the filters and say, I want to see every item where the item type is, let's see, number, I want to do name. Every item where the item type name is bridge. I can see my 6 bridge panels and filter to just those items in the map. And then I can zoom in and see where those items are in my yard. And it filtered the list on the left as well. So these are the 6 items and when they were created. And again, I can click the link and it'll take me to the item details page. The additional items tabs that you'll see on the bottom are for raw materials, toolbox tops, and equipment inspections. And those filters work the same way, although there are fewer of them. The data just doesn't lend itself to having as many filters needed. Again, please let us know if you're interested in tracking any of those things. Raw materials tracking, something Adam worked pretty hard on getting working. So we're very proud of that, and it works really well. So let us know if you're interested in that. 2 additional features really quick I want to show you before we get to questions. In the center of the production dashboard tab is a link to your marketplace, and we're looking to build this marketplace over time, so stay tuned for additional partners. But you can see here other businesses that we've partnered with that where we have integrations coming or where partnerships are available. So if you're interested in any of those, please let us know. We'd be glad to give you some more information. And then if you purchase RFID tags from us, if you see this number here and you don't believe that is accurate, we're calculating this based on the last order you placed with us and that we shipped to you, and the average number of tags you tend to consume in a day. And then we do the math and figure out about how many tags you should have left. But if this is wrong, please let us know. We'd like to get it caught up for you. And then quick and easy, you can just hit the button and get to our marketplace, the shop, and be able to order more tags right from your dashboard. So please let us know if that's not correct. We'll get that updated for you. And also just FYI, if you can't remember exactly how the filters work, if you hit the support button in the bottom left-hand corner, we do have context sensitivity in place in support. So if you notice the URL I'm on when I'm in Idencia, the URL ends in the word dashboard. So the system knows you're on the dashboard tab when you hit help, so it's showing you the dashboard help. And that's true all throughout the whole Idencia system. If you're on the items tab when you hit help, it's going to give you help knowledge articles about items, but you can always enter keywords and choose your own filters and search for whatever kind of help you need. If you don't find help, you can always hit the Contact Us button, give us a call, start a live chat right there in your Idencia window. You can chat with a customer service agent if you don't have a chance to pick up the phone, or you can leave us a message. And then in the dashboard visualizations, if you click on the link, it will open up that knowledge article, and you can read it this way, but it's usually a little easier if you hit the little pop-out button in the top right-hand corner, and that will open it in a new tab for you. And just about everything that we went over today is included in this knowledge article and gives you a brief overview of all of the standard tiles. Those, again, can be customized, and then it also kind of explains how the filters tabs work and how all of the hovering works. So if you need any help, hit that support button and you'll be able to find those knowledge articles. Thank you all very much for coming today, and we're really excited. Please let us know, and any other feedback that you have other than customizations, please let us know. We're always looking to improve. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon.